Hi, everybody. Welcome once again to the CVB show. As always, I'm Steve Bertorelli. Well, I'm so glad to see you guys again. I have a very special guest with me today. She's a very talented actress, and we met only about a month ago, but I would like to introduce you to Miss Eliza Barmakian. Hi, Eliza. How nice
Hi,
to meet
Steve. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Eliza, let's gonna do a little backstory about you. I met Eliza. I was at Greater Boston Stage Company in Stoneham, Massachusetts. I saw my friend Bill Mutos, who was actually on my show 3 years ago. He was part of the SAG-AFTRA during the strike of the SAG-AFTRA Screen Actors Guild, and he was in the show with you, Bill. Very nice guy, and he was in the show at Greater Boston Stage called Wait Until Dark. Now, if you don't know anything about Wait Until Dark, it's based on the I think it's 1960s movie, which starred the late great Audrey Hepburn, and in this show, in this movie, Audrey Hepburn played a girl who was blind, and these crooks are trying to find out like where like a doll is, or I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but they made it into a stage play, and Eliza played the Audrey Hepburn role, and I'm like, and I got to tell you guys, I was incredible. But there's something about Eliza you don't realize that. Eliza, believe it or not, is legally blind. Now, Eliza, I found out about this when I was watching the show, and I was so amazed when I found out that you had low vision, because you went around that stage so flawlessly. I mean, I couldn't even tell you were blind. It was just amazing. Now, can you just tell us like what kind of condition you have? What is it?
Sure. Well, thank you for that wonderful introduction. So I am low vision, and I have a eye condition called aniridia. So the basis of it is that in the back of your eye you have a retina. That's the most point of your eye, and you have a divot in the back of your eye called a fovea, where all the light cells get centered into, and it makes a sharp image. In aniridia, that divot is underdeveloped and or just not there at all. So when light comes in, it's dispersed across the retina, and therefore pictures and whatever you're getting from the environment appears to be blurred. And so that causes reduced vision. And there's also a factor of it where you have a nub of your iris, so the color in your eye, so you practically don't have it, and it's not usable. So there's a lot of light sensitivity with the condition. But nonetheless, I've always lived my life just how I see the world, and I think that allowed me to bring this sense of confidence to the role that I had, because I was just living a blind person's life, which is actually inherently very confident and very smooth moving, except for, of course, some bumps here and there. But what life doesn't have those?
Now, if you don't mind me asking, can you like see shapes? Can you see faces, or can you?
Yes. So I can see shapes, faces, colors, large objects. It's primarily for me the details that are challenging to see. So I can read a level of text, usually like 20-point font and above. And I prefer to do things digitally or auditorily, or via Braille, just to allow my eyes not to have to strain. And the further away something gets from me, the more difficult it is to make out. But I can see a level of things.
You also have a very pretty, beautiful guide dog, Zenga.
Zenga,
Hi,
yes.
Zenga. How are you?
Hi,
Hi,
Zenga.
Zenga. Oh my God. This is a Labrador Golden Retriever, right?
A golden retriever,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, I love Golden Retrievers. But like I said, I was amazed by your performance.
Thank you.
She should get a Tony, ladies and gentlemen. That's how good she was. But I mean, the final act, everything was just like I was on the edge of my seat. That's how big it was. Now, did you always want to be an actress when you were growing up?
Yeah, I always found music and theater to be something that drew me in, and something that I could relate to when I felt like everyone else in the world was doing something and I felt kind of trapped in my room. I always had a hard time going out and about, mobility wise, going with friends and crossing a street, for example, and just for the safety reason of it. And there are, so many skills that I had to learn at that time to be able to do that confidently. But as a kid, I just didn't have those skills. And I was working through them. And so I was often at home in my room and imagining what everybody else was doing. And I thought, okay, well, how can I turn this boring life that I see in front of me into something fantastical? And that came from listening to music and acting and being in my room and just making up stories. And so I saw that as really such an illuminating thing for me.
Wow.
So when I found out that you could be up on stage and in front of people and have that experience of playing around and telling a story about a life that you wanted to see in a world that you wanted to see, I said, oh, of course, that's what I'm going to do, light bulb. So it kind of came from a place of just, this is connection with the world for me.
Wow. I mean, was it like when you go to auditions or anything? I mean, and when they find out that you have low vision, does it like hamper you in a way? Does it like, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like so much of the casting process is out of my hands. It's out of everybody's hands, and there's so much that from the production team you don't know, and all you can really do is present your material and then kind of throw your hands up and say, all right, it's out of my hands. And so I haven't necessarily spoken to people about, oh, was I not cast in this because of my vision? I've of course had those thoughts, but I think that what was beautiful about this experience with Wait Until Dark was that even with all of those doubts that I could be thinking and that any person could be thinking, our director Waylon cast me and he said, I'm going to take a chance on her. And I think that it showed that blind people can do this, and that I hope it opens the door for so many more visually impaired or low vision or blind people to do this work.
I know, because when I saw the show, there were people from an organization for the blind, and they had like audio things that they could see. I mean, I have to tell you, Eliza, you are an amazing role model for people with disabilities. I am so, you should be so proud of yourself. I mean, you're just amazing what you do. And now, when we talk about it, we're going to show the footage of the WBZ story about your story about Wait Until Dark, and then I have a couple of questions to ask you about it. Okay?
Yeah.
So we're going to show the WBZ report on the show Wait Until Dark. It was at Greater Boston Stage Company a couple of months ago, so we're going to take a look at it. So let's take a look.
Fear-inducing adaptation of the classic Wait Until Dark will soon open at the Greater Boston Stage in Stoneham.
Now, the story centers around a blind woman facing off against 3 criminals who terrorize her in her own apartment. In this production, 2 actors share the lead role. One of them has a unique perspective that's in the spotlight.
I just wanted to tell you how sorry I was to hear about your wife.
I have a rare condition called aniridia, and it has caused me to have low vision for my entire life.
Eliza Barmakian is one of 2 women preparing to take the stage as Susan Hendricks in Wait Until Dark.
This show is such a great opportunity to represent my community authentically and with so much love and pride for who we are.
During rehearsal, Eliza and Jenny S. Lee watch each other closely before alternating who is acting in the scene.
That's very kind of you, Sergeant. I should send a thank you note to your precinct. I feel like I have my own personal policeman.
Yeah.
I think our Susans are together like a lot stronger, that like from being in the room with each other.
Director Waylon Symes had a tough time deciding who to cast before suddenly he thought,
what if we offered to both? What if we split the role between 2 actors and we get the opportunity to tell the story in 2 completely different ways with 2 incredible actors who bring something unique to the role?
And the actors embrace the challenge.
I think that that is the opportunity that we have with this show, that we can say there is so much diversity to being blind.
Just watching the way that she moves through the world sort of like teaches me, like I'm always watching the way she moves her hands and sort of the way that she moves through the world. She taught me how to use a walking stick.
It is forcing everybody in the cast to be very alive in every moment, because we're basically taking turns with our Susans, and so the other actors have to adjust to exactly what that person is doing, and it's not the same. Jenny's not the same as Eliza. Eliza's not the same as Jenny.
At every rehearsal, Eliza's guide dog, Zynga, watches the action.
When Zynga is off of her halter, she's just a dog who we get to play with, and that energy in the room has been really special.
While it's all smiles in rehearsal, expect to find a little fear in the theater.
We're going to put the audience in the same boat as Susan, where they can't see anything that's going on the stage, and they're going to have to listen.
It's a mystery, it's a thriller, and it is genuinely scary.
Wow. I would love to go see that. And I'd even pay extra if Zynga the dog is going to go as well, right?
It just feels like a production where not only will the audience maybe learn something about themselves, but the cast had to bring it to life.
No question. Wait until dark.
I'm amazed. I mean, that you shared the role with, what's her name, Jenny Lee?
Jenny S. Lee, yes, she's an incredible actress, and I learned so very much from her. I think we both learned a lot from one another in the room and outside of the room, and we're such great friends to this day. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity to have worked with her and to now have a great friend.
That's great. Now, does it require? I mean, I'm just out of curiosity. Does it require like a lot of practice? Like when you since you have a hard time seeing, do you like to hit your marks or anything like that? Because when I was watching you on stage, you couldn't tell that you had low vision. I'm sorry I keep mentioning that, but I was just amazed by it. I mean, you were just fabulous.
Yeah.
So was it a lot of practice?
It was. I mean, I think that whenever I get into a new environment, if I'm going to be playing a role in that environment, I always take the time to map out the stage or the scenery so that I can have an idea of, okay, how far is it from point A to point B? And I've become very quick with that because I've had a career in theater. I've or experience in theater and have learned over time what I best need to accomplish that goal. But I treat it very much like my home. For example, if you close your eyes, I'm sure you can figure out how to get from your bathroom to your kitchen.
Not really. No.
Well, that's kind of something I was always a mantra I was always given, at least.
It was a joke. It was just
of course. I'm sure that you have the skills. Definitely. You just had to have the confidence in yourself, of course. But no, I think that's something that kind of allowed me to say, oh, well, that's something I can do, even though it might be scary that this is a new environment. I can turn it into my home, and I just had to be there and be practicing. So I would sometimes days go before rehearsal started and try to figure out the lay of the land. And luckily with this production, so many of the set pieces were in the exact same space that they were for the rehearsal space, transferred over to the stage. And that allowed me to really, in the rehearsal time, I don't remember how many weeks, but a good amount of time in rehearsal to really figure out that environment. And then when I went on stage, it may have been centimeters or inches of a difference, but it really wasn't that big of a deal. So I just adapted like I always do. So yeah.
Were you ever nervous while performing?
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like every actor probably says this of, if you don't have nerves, then it's not something you care about. But I think that the nerves, they came about because I wanted to make my community proud, and that this was such an important opportunity to do that with. So I think that my nerves came from that, and from also just the typical actor thing, do well. And then there were also the nerves of, oh, am I going to bump into such and such? And that was also a really beautiful thing, because our director said, kind of like you said, if I don't bump into things, people are not going to know that I'm blind, because I am moving so confidently around that stage.
I know, that's the thing. I was so impressed.
Thank you. So I kind of had to take that liberty and say, you know what? the reality of being blind and bonking into things is what's going to happen. So why not let those nerves free and let what happens happen and bang into a chair, because then the audience will know, oh, all right, there's something I can relate the blindness to a little bit.
Yeah, like I said, I saw the Audrey Hepburn movie, and like I said, this girl puts Audrey Hepburn to shame.
Audrey Hepburn, I don't think could ever be put to shame, but
No,
thank you. That is
saying,
very sweet of you
I
to say.
No, but I mean, you have. I mean, I look at actors who have disabilities, like you have, like Marlee Matlin, who's deaf, and I have a friend, Kayla, who was actually in the movie Coda, which was based on a family in Gloucester that only the daughter could hear, and she had to translate. And Troy Kotsur, who played the father, who's deaf in real life, actually won an Oscar. And I think it's great to see people with disabilities, because show business, I'm an actor myself, is a really tough, hard business to get through. I mean, I've been through so many auditions. I'm used to rejection, to be honest. I admire your courage, the fact that you don't let your disability stop you, and that you were able to do these amazing things. And I know that the blind community and the disability community is so proud of you. And I'm getting emotional because I feel proud too. But I don't tell many people this. I have a disability myself. I'm not blind or deaf or anything, but I have issues, But I mean, there's no shame in it, though. That's the thing. There should never be any shame. You are what you are, no matter what you are.
Yes.
Yeah, I think God put you on this earth for a reason. They tell me. But anyway, we're going to show your demo reel now. It's going to show you. She is a fantastic singer. Do you play any instruments, by the way? Or?
I play piano a little bit. I am not the best piano player, though. I will admit to that. So I am, of course, always learning and trying to become a better pianist. So yeah, that's my instrument of choice, other than voice.
You have more talent in your pinky than I have in my whole body. No. Anyway, we're going to show this clip, this demo reel of you. You're singing in all your past shows. So we're going to take a look. Here is the wonderful Eliza Barmakian.
I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing, walking around on those, what do you call them again? Feet, flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing, strolling along down what's the word again? A street, up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. First time I heard your voice, moonlight burst into the room, and I saw your eyes. about me. How, when I know you still need me so, how can I say not to dream about me? How could I ever know? How could I ever know? Forgive me, can you forgive me and hold me in your heart and find a new way to love me now that we're apart? Why are we here except to forget? We know the world is dreadful. Life is a week, happy as I'm hanging me out now and free to the countess, nobody now. Why should I care as long as I care to be? In the land of yesterday, as if we're still royalty and free. In Russia, land of yesterday. Some things are meant to be. The clouds moving fast and free. Sun on a silver sea. A sky that's bright and blue. Some things will never end. The thrill of our magic rod. Love that I feel inside for you. We'll climb high beyond the break of day, sleep on stardust, and time on bits of moon. You and I will find the Milky Way. We'll be mad and explore. We'll be cool, we'll be fine, aloft above the trees. Da-da-da, sail on with ease.
Eliza, you are unbelievably talented. I mean, I see you're singing, you're dancing too, and it just amazes me. I mean,
Thank
you just. I mean, it just. First of all, we got to ask you, what's up? What's next for you? What shows are you up to coming up for you?
Yeah, so in May, May 15th to May 16th, excuse me, to the 17th, I will be in a New Works Festival with TC Squared in Cambridge at the Foundry, where I will be performing in a new work of a play called One Name. It is about a Lebanese family who is trying to acquire visas for their family who is over in Lebanon currently. And so it's an amazing story that touches on our immigration system and what does it mean to be an American. So I'm very excited about that. And then
Where's this going to be again?
at the Foundry in Cambridge.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And then after that, I don't have anything lined up right now, but I am constantly auditioning, and I'm very excited to see what comes next. Hopefully, in the end of the year, I will be having a solo concert somewhere. So check out my Instagram to find when that will be and where that will be. I'm still putting together the kinks for that, but I'm very excited.
I'm so excited. Eliza, it was a pleasure to have you on. I mean,
you.
you're such a sweetheart. You are sweet. I mean, I can't thank you enough for being on. And if people want to know more about you, where can they go? Just your Instagram or anything?
Yeah, primarily my Instagram at Eliza Barmakian, just my name. And that's the best way right now. Hopefully I'll get out a website soon. And yeah.
Oh my God. Eliza, thank you so much for coming
you.
on. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much. You're such a sweet lady.
You were
thank
so kind. I
That's so
appreciate
kind.
it.
Thank you. And keep on pursuing your dream. I want to see you on Broadway one of these days.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you to Eliza Barmakian. And that's all the time we have for the show ET with the Stevie B Show. As always, I'm Stevie B. I want to thank my guest, Eliza Barmakian. And we hope to see you next time on the CVB Show. So until then, take care, guys. Bye.